Okay, so I want to talk about some theorists that we have not covered yet, and the first one is Vygotsky. Um, if you're in have an education background, you have probably heard about him. Um, so the interesting thing, Lev Simonovich Vygotsky, 1896 to 1934, Russian. He died very young, 37. Um, but even though his theories were available in Russia, Americans did not translate his theories until the 1960s. Um, so both Piaget and Vygotsky's theories are considered constructivist, saying that individuals actively construct knowledge and understanding. However, Piaget's theory is cognitive, saying that individuals construct knowledge, and Vygotsky's is social constructivist, saying uh, emphasizing collaboration between individuals to produce knowledge and understanding. But together, they work really well. Um, so they see teachers as being facilitators, not just directors of children's learning. And I would say parents as well. Um, Ecological systems theory and Erickson's psychosocial theory emphasize the connection between culture and development. And Vygotsky believed that knowledge was situational and collaborative. Um, Teachers would note that he believed that learning can best be advanced through interaction with others, through cooperative activities. So cooperative learning, uh, that's a big thing now and started a while ago. Um, I think there are advantages and disadvantages to that, but if it's monitored and used appropriately, I think it's a good thing. Montessori really uses cooperative learning. Um, his theory has three primary views that we'll review. Um, Children and adolescents' cognitive skills can be understood only when they are developmentally analyzed and interpreted. Particular mental acts cannot be analyzed as isolated events, but must be viewed as part of the developmental process. Number two, cognitive skills are mediated by words, language, and forms of discourse, which serve as psychological tools for facilitating and transforming mental activity. Language is one tool that helps to shape cognitive functioning, and it facilitates the planning of activities and the solving of problems. So once language is developed, this theory really focuses on using language as a tool, and learning increases exponentially once individuals incorporate language. Um, Number three, cognitive skills have their origins in social relations and are embedded in a socio-cultural backdrop. Development is inseparable from social and cultural activities. This includes using the inventions of the culture, including language, math, mathematical systems, and memory strategies. So Vygotsky really incorporates culture and sociocultural, multicultural activities with human development. And I think that's really one of the points that I like about Vygotsky is the incorporation of culture in developmental learning. Some concepts, cultures tend to select tasks for their members, resulting in competencies for the individuals as well, creating uh, contributing members of society. Like, well, maybe this community needs a weaver, a teacher, what are the needs and how do they fit different individuals? Do different individuals have maybe innate abilities in certain areas? Um, so how do certain individuals fit with our how do certain individuals fit uh, the needs of society, and how do the needs of society fit those individuals? Cooperative dialogues, discussions and interactions with older members of the society help to transmit the culture. Like my grandmother taught me how to sew. Um, she shared her pictures of family members with me. Um, I think that our culture needs to place more emphasis on the importance of what older members can share with younger members of the society. Um, Zone of proximal development, ZPD, the range of tasks that are too difficult for an individual to master alone, but can be mastered with the guidance and assistance of adults or more skilled peers. The lower level of ZPD is the level of problem solving reached by the adolescent working independently. The upper level, or limit, is the level of additional responsibility the adolescent can accept with the assistance of an instructor. I always saw this as being taught, being mentored, things like that. You can go a lot farther when you have a mentor or teacher than trying to figure out everything alone. Teachers need to provide cooperative and stimulating learning environments, though school is only one of many social contexts. They need to consider self-confidence, achievement expectations, and motivation or purpose when designing lessons. I also think there's things like hands-on learning, hands-on activities. Our schooling currently is very different than it used to be. It has changed over the years. If you'd like to comment on that, please do. What do you see? Compatible concepts, scaffolding. Just like in the construction of a building, more supports are used in the beginning, and they are gradually taken away as the learner becomes more independent. So changing the level of support over the course of a teaching session. A more skilled person, teacher, or more advanced peer of the adolescent adjusts the amount of guidance to fit the adolescent's current level of performance. Scaffolding also includes understanding the individual's abilities and scaling the support and the difficulty of the assignment to the individual's learning needs. So we don't want the assignment or task to be too difficult that they will fail, but we don't want it to be too easy either that they don't have to try and struggle a little bit. We want to find that zone in the middle, and that's hard to do when you have a lot of children in one classroom. They tend to teach to the middle, whereas a little more individual insight might help in scaffolding. This also incentivizes the student with internal motivation. When they try hard and they succeed, they have a sense of internal accomplishment rather than an external reward system. It can help in things like self-efficacy and self-esteem. Cognitive apprenticeship, Barbara Rogoff. An expert stretches and supports the novice's understanding of and use of cultural skills. Apprenticeship stresses active learning, hands-on learning, as well as modeling. I think apprenticeships are wonderful ways to learn. We don't have enough apprenticeships anymore. Tutoring. Experienced adults or fellow students can be effective tutors, though cross-age tutoring usually works better than same age. Teaching also benefits the tutor as a learning method. Cooperative learning. These are all just terminology you should know. Involves students working in small groups to help one another. This can improve achievement, especially when two conditions are met. Group rewards are generated. It's in their best interest to help one another to learn, and individuals are held accountable by some evaluation or contribution. Most of the games that I buy for my children now are cooperative learning games. Our culture tends to emphasize success of the individual rather than success of the group. And I want my children to learn how to support one another and work together and to help one another. If one of them wins, they all win. And they're coming out with a lot more cooperative learning games now. Also, when the children are very small, it eliminates feeling bad if they don't win, although that's part of the learning process as well. And reciprocal teaching. Individuals take turns leading a small group discussion. See Anne Brown in Fostering a Community of Learners. I don't think that page number is good anymore, but I'm sure that there's a reference to those individuals. Those are the basics of Vygotsky, and it works well. His theory works well with Piaget's theory.